Hello everyone, it is Nolan Tech and Planes, and I've made a lot of progress on the XB-70 build since we left off. I've got the wings done, I've got the center fuselage partially done, and I'm just gonna make a quick video going over that. Well, it might not actually be quick, but we'll see. Also, side note, isn't it sort of depressing when you go outside and it's like at the end of school and the sun is already set, so like the first time you see the sun, or the only time you see the sun, is like, you know, when you walk outside in the morning to go to school. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just sort of depressing, but I guess that's wintertime for you, so yeah. Anyways, I'm here to show you guys the progress I've made on the B-70 build. Again, like I said before, I got the wing and part of the center fuselage done. So, the wings are made by folding foam sheeting around ribs in a foam spar. They have two orienting tabs along the leading and trailing edge to prevent the wings from twisting around the two wooden spars. And this is important because obviously I don't want my wings changing their angle of incidences in flight and generating all sorts of weird rolling motions and forces and stuff. I figured I would just do a quick thing on changing the lighting in my room. I think the video quality has been suffering since there's not enough light and may look a bit grainy. So hopefully with these new lights installed, it'll look a lot better. I also have a just a work light here. So I guess the first order of business is to get this cover off. I think it unscrews, and we'll see how this goes. Tighten which way is which. Okay, that's useful. Question mark. Does this ring stay in here? What's happening? I don't know. I'm confused. So does this middle bit spin at all? No. Does this ring come off? How in the ever-living heck am I supposed to... Oh. I'm smart. Okay, so maybe just the center bit turns. Aha. I did a thing. That's a light fixture. This is a light my dad had, so I guess we're going to use that for that instead of the old ones for reasons. I also got some prop nuts for my F-22 because I lost all my prop nuts because the hatch fell off in flight and it hit the prop and the prop nut fell off. So that's going to be this right here. You guys probably can't see. This right here is going to be the color of the light that is sort of going down on my workbench area, and then I'm going to get the second light bulb up here. Okay, let's give that a test real quick. Oh heck, oh that's nice. Now the light is gonna go down when I put on the diffuser, but we'll see how it looks. It's a whole heck of a lot brighter in here. It's almost like, I think this is actually brighter than daylight, so I'm actually liking this really well. Yeah, I think this is doing pretty well. I could probably readjust my white balance now. Alright, so this is the final white balance that you guys will be seeing. Originally, it was very, very warm light in my room, and I had to set my phone to record in sort of the incandescent white balance to get it to look about right, and I didn't do any post-processing. Now I'm recording in the daylight white balance because it's a lot brighter, and it's actually about a lot less warm, so this makes the colors, I think, appear a bit warmer and slightly more natural looking, although it is still a lot warmer on video than it is in person. I think I see, and you guys will agree, that it is a lot less grainy over in this corner now, and it looks a lot better. The two wooden spars are made out of 3/8 inch poplar that he just got from Ace Hardware. It's real cheap. It was like, I think it was $175 or so for a 36-inch long segment. The spars are 3 and 2 layers thick in the front and rear respectively, and disperse the majority of the structural load into the center fuselage. They were built based on flight test method during their Monster Build Tips episode. I'll have a link in the description to that, with some modifications. Instead of using the foam as the vertical members to keep the two spars spaced, I simply layered 2 or 3 of the wooden pieces and glued this with CA, and this formed a much stronger spar, which I wanted for the sake of the plane's longevity and structural rigidity. The pokey bits from the wing extend 4 inches into the pokey bit receptacles in the main fuselage, and I have yet to drill the mounting hole from them. In the rear spar, the actual height of the wing dimension restrictions dictated that I only use 2 lengths of poplar instead of the front's 3, and thus I reinforced the point at which the force from the lift of the wing would poke into the foam with a popsicle stick. Essentially, the force from the wing would form a lever arm that would push down on the surface of the foam in the center of the fuselage, so I just put a bit of a popsicle stick there to keep it from just poking a hole in the wing and folding upwards. The center fuselage is constructed much like the wings. It has spars and ribs, but the formers that give the XB-70 its characteristic swan neck provide a lot of structural rigidity. They form a load-bearing lattice that helps to stiffen up the area around the fuselage, as well as providing an area for the nose gear mounts to sit up against. The nose gear will be mounted below the fuselage in the nacelle. The main gear will be mounted on the main spar. So this is just my method of reinforcing the area around the nose gear. Sheeting is required for structural rigidity because I'm only using formers, I'm not using any stringers. One area of concern that I'm still not quite sure how to deal with is the front fuselage to main section adapter out by the swan neck, I guess. It's currently quite flimsy without the skinning, and I don't expect it to stiffen up that much even with the skinning, so I'll probably have to redesign it for part 4. I may also end up adding a proper spar with the leftover poplar I have, which would likely stiffen it up a lot more than 2 foam spars currently. So that's all for now. This is just a quick update to tell you guys how the B-70 build's going. It's progressing pretty well. I'd like to go a bit faster, but of course school dictates with finals and stuff that I better focus on it right now. So I guess that wraps it up. Like this video if you liked it. If you disliked this video, I guess leave a dislike and then tell me why you disliked it in the comments so I can improve my content. If you want to subscribe, that's fine. And stay tuned for part 4, in which I do other things that I don't know yet. But first, finals, so goodbye.